Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official NFL Week number 10 Upset Alert predictions, where I go over a few games that I think could be potential upsets based on the overall line. And guys, this slate of NFL games, let me just say, I mean, it's game after game, and these are just not good matchups, in my opinion. I don't know. It just seems to be a lot of average in the NFL this year, and a lot of offenses that can't seem to get it going. The defenses are so far ahead of the offenses this year, but we've got this London game. It's Seattle and Tampa Bay. You've got Tampa Bay sitting at 2-point favorites. Very interesting. The ESPN FPI has Tampa Bay at an 83% chance. I understand they recalibrated their model. They made it to where the quarterback, weighting, or the way they weighted the quarterbacks for the model was significant. But it's like Geno Smith is outplaying Tom Brady this year. Tom Brady is getting older. He's basically done at this point, in my opinion. I cannot trust Tom Brady. We've seen too many weeks now where their offense seems to be constipated. Like, that's what it seems like. They've got good receivers, they've got Tom Brady, but it's just not working. And Seattle is a team who's kind of gotten it together. They've got momentum. There's a surprise team with Geno Smith. Again, it's like the level of play has gotten so much worse to where I think Geno has definitely gotten better, but it's almost like Geno has stayed the same. The rest of the NFL just got worse. That's what it feels like this year. It's so weird to see the defenses so far ahead of the offenses, but this is another probably defensive game in London. I will take Seattle based off of everything I've seen. I totally understand if you want to take Tampa Bay here and trust Tom Brady. Maybe you've got people saying that Tom Brady had that great drive at the end of the game against the Rams, and they would get talked into possibly taking Tampa Bay. But everything that we've seen, like last week, I trusted Aaron Rodgers. I said, you're facing a bad defense in Detroit, and look what happens. I'm just done doing that. I'm just going with the team that has played better, more consistent. That's Seattle. That is why I'm picking them this weekend. Next, this game, my goodness. We've got another, this is what I like to call a constipated offense. It's Denver taking on Tennessee. Tennessee just doesn't have a receiver. But it's like Denver, Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, they're still not good. So Tennessee sitting at a field goal favorite, virtually a pick'em game because they are the home team, and you've got the built-in 3-point favorite. I am going with Denver. At some point, you would think that this is a combination. At some point, you would think Russell Wilson would at least play a little bit better. Maybe he throws for 2 touchdowns, and then the other I just cannot pick Tennessee. With Tennessee, you're banking on them getting a fluke turnover, being able to just pound Derrick Henry. You would think Denver would load up and stop that. I guess they do have Robert Woods, but other than that, it's really thin. I'm guessing they're also going to be getting back Ryan Tannehill this week, one would think, and that's going to improve the situation because Malik Willis just is not ready. It's very clear he cannot process. The game is moving too fast for him, which happens to a lot of rookie quarterbacks, by the way. The rookie quarterbacks are just, it's so hard to transition to playing quarterback in the NFL. Every rookie, their stats are normally just so bad, and they just couldn't throw the ball with Malik Willis because I don't think he could process and react quick enough because it's new to him. He's a rookie. It is what it is. And I'm taking Denver on the road. They're coming off a bye. They had the London game. They've got a long layover. Russell Wilson gets more healthy. But again, guys, we're throwing darts at a dartboard with these games. You've got one team who's constipated on offense. You've got the other team who doesn't have a receiver. I don't know, guys. I can understand if you want to take Tennessee. They are 3-point favorites. Maybe they ride Derrick Henry. Maybe they get a big turnover. They're at home, but I really don't think they have much home field advantage considering their stadium is a total dump, but I will say that is Denver traveling West Coast to East Coast. Maybe there's something there. But Denver's been playing in weird time zones. They were just in London, so who knows? Next, we've got the Browns in Miami. The Browns with that very impressive Monday night performance. Then they had the bye week. They've got extra rest. Guys, I'm liking the Browns to keep this game close. Miami, their performance against Justin Fields, it was, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I do not like the decision that they made to trade a first-round pick for Bradley Chubb and then allocate that much money into Bradley Chubb. He's been injured. I don't know, but that's a lot to invest. Not only are you trading a first-round pick for him, you're also then turning around and giving him a massive contract. He's going to be eating up a lot of your cap, and you're probably going to have to give Tua a massive contract as well. What about Jalen Waddle? Although Jalen Waddle's only in his second year, so they've got some time for him. Either way, guys, the Browns, they kept Kareem Hunt. I think they still think they have a chance at the playoffs. They get Deshaun Watson back. They're going to be very motivated to try and steal this game on the road in Miami. There's another one. It's the NFL. Miami could very easily win this game by 6 or 7 points, but this game and the overall line does remind me of Miami's game in Chicago last week when I thought there was good value on the Bears +3. They end up covering. I think there's decent value. The Browns. I feel like Miami's going to play a bunch of close games. I think they're going to win this one, but it is a 3-point game to me, so I'll take the Browns to cover. Coming off a bye, getting healthy. We'll see maybe Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett back and completely healthy. Next, we have New Orleans traveling to Pittsburgh, so I really do like the Steelers here in this one. They are also coming off a bye as well. New Orleans, 2.5-point favorites. New Orleans on Monday night, a horrible performance. Andy Dalton looked like a dead fish. And now they go to Pittsburgh, who has a decent enough defense even without TJ Watt, and they've got a young quarterback, Kenny Pickett, who's at least not making mistakes. He's going to want to build off. He's got some confidence right now. Najee Harris, the Steelers team, obviously they're down, but they're not tanking. They're not horrible. They can win a game against Andy Dalton at home. It is not a tough ask. I could very easily see Pittsburgh winning this game outright. New Orleans, Michael Thomas, the injury, he's just injured every game now. He's out for the year again. Jarvis Landry, I would assume, is going to be back for this one, just reading the tea leaves. The big question mark, Jameis Winston, what's going on with Jameis? Even if Jameis plays, it doesn't really totally move the needle. Jameis is decent. He's certainly better than Andy Dalton, but this is still a road game, and I like Pittsburgh in this spot. They get extra time. They're fresh. They're healthy. New Orleans is coming off a Monday night game. That's short rest. Pittsburgh's at home. Pittsburgh seems like the smart play there. And then we've got Buffalo here sitting -6. I love the under in this game due to the weather situation. I would expect it to be probably in the 30s, I believe, this weekend in the northeast part of the United States, especially where Buffalo is. So Josh Allen, a little bit banged up, guessing he's going to be playing as long as he's, they give him a shot or whatever, a painkiller. He'll be out there, maybe not 100%, but he should be good enough to will his team to a victory. I think the smart money value here is on Minnesota +6, but it is a speculation type thing. Guys, coming into this week, I think Minnesota was +10 in this game, but with Buffalo and Josh Allen struggling and surprisingly losing to the Jets, pair that with Josh Allen's injury, now we have a situation where it's only a 6-point spread. Minnesota is certainly worse than their record. They're basically getting outgained every game. They're winning a bunch of close games. That's really not sustainable, in my opinion. This is a game, if you want to speculate on it, you want to look up Josh Allen's injury, kind of predict, will he play, will he not play, is he 100%, things like that. I would really do research on this one, but I am getting a strong under vibe. I don't think Minnesota's going to play great on the road in a tough environment. They're kind of a dome team, obviously, even though it's weird with Minnesota. You think Minnesota, hard, gritty, cold weather, but they play in a dome. So it's like, we'll see what happens. I like Buffalo in that one. Close and low scoring. Next, we have Arizona at the LA Rams. And guys, again, these offenses are just constipated. They're just not, they have the talent, but they're not working right. The LA Rams, Arizona, you've got DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler. Well, really, it's Kyler yelling at DeAndre Hopkins or Cliff Kingsbury every week. We've got the Rams sitting at 3-point favorites, and I really, really liked the Rams and their defensive performance against Tom Brady. They totally shut him down except for that last drive. They should have won that game. They completely gave it away. So I will take the LA Rams. They're due for a victory. I do know there is a narrative going around with Arizona playing better at home, playing better on the road. They play really well on the road, and that's why a lot of people would be betting them plus the 3 because the value of them being on the road. But I'll take the Rams, guys. To me, this is the Rams defense. The defense is really good. They're facing an offense. You can pick Kyler Murray off a few times. They are so talented. That's why I'm doing this. And I do like the under 42.5, but it's negligible considering I have this game total being 42.5. It's pretty close. And then the final one I have is the Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles, and we've seen kind of a trend with these double-digit favorites not covering in some of the games. Although Philadelphia did cover against Pittsburgh, I think the Commanders are a little bit better than Pittsburgh. They can put up a better fight. Taylor Heineke, their defense. I like the Commanders in this one to cover. Philadelphia should win. They should remain perfect, remain undefeated with Jalen Hurts. But when you're 11-point favorites, especially this year where points are at such a premium, it just seems like great value to take a team who's been decent. I mean, you take a look, the Commanders should have beaten Minnesota. They were in total control of that game. They end up losing at the end on the field goal, but they were leading it, and they have enough skill position talent, skill position weapons to relatively remain in this one. It's kind of similar to that Thursday night game the Eagles played against Houston. Houston never had a chance of winning that game, but they were able to stay close enough to cover the spread. I kind of view this game in a similar sense. So we will see what happens, guys. But those are my official NFL Week number 10 upset picks and predictions. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.